Alright guys, so this took me a long time to figure out. But once you do figure it out and you start applying it to your life, more importantly, it will change your life. It will change your relationships, it will change your confidence levels, your outlook. It'll change everything. And so I'm going to talk about the four kind of fundamental areas of performance that will... You need all four to some degree. You can't be massively lagging in any one. And I'll start off with the most foundational. The most foundational of all four, the most foundational one is hardness. Nothing happens if you're even 70% hard or less. You got to be at least 80-90%. Nothing happens. It's physically impossible. It's like me trying to do it with some like morbidly obese woman. It won't work because there's not enough hardness there. But a lot of guys don't have it because of their testosterone is too low, their free T is too low, or their estradiol or their prolactin is too high. Blood work's very important. It's the first thing. And I've said in previous videos, I don't think relying on things like Cialis, there's not a long-term answer. You've got to fix the fundamentals. If you're in your 30s or 40s watching this, or younger, what are you going to do? Pop pills every time you want to do some basic function that the human body is supposed to be capable of doing? I just don't view that as a real answer. Well, you could just improve your hormones. But how you improve your hardness naturally and get it towards 100%, like I have done, never used to be, was bringing your body fat percentage lower. Check out my previous video. I think it was one video ago. Anything that's a vasodilator, so that opens up your blood vessels. There's loads of foods. It's foods that have potassium. It's foods that have nitrates. Foods that have things like L-citrulline, so watermelon. Garlic is a big one. Various antioxidants. Acetyl L-carnitine can be good. There's loads of different ones, but anything that's a vasodilator as opposed to a constrictor is going to be very helpful. And that's the natural methods, which there's no point taking a load of Viagra pills if you haven't done the natural stuff. It's crazy. The second big fundamental is lasting longer. Certainly it's a fundamental if your current time is less than 10 minutes. According to the studies, 16 minutes plus is sort of the ideal. If it's, 14, 15 is obviously fine as well. Like, it depends on other factors. But if yours is, premature, I don't know if I can say the next word, is currently defined as less than 3 minutes, I think. That's a real problem. It's not going to be a great experience for either of you if it's less than 3 minutes in total time. You want to be working towards that 16 figure. If you want to see the studies, use Google, but I'm sure I can find some links. 16 plus minutes is going to be far superior for all sizes. But obviously, if you've got the size as well, even better. So the question is, how do you do this naturally? Well, once again, testosterone helps with this. The studies are very, very, very clear on the higher the testosterone, the longer the guy tends to last. There's a bunch of other stuff you can do. Using thicker Durex, or using two, are all like short-term hacks you can use because it desensitizes you. Another one is using the Bathmate pump beforehand. Again, because it desensitizes you. I would be careful with that. Don't overdo it. Just do a light pumping session. If you overdo it, it affects your hardness. And I wouldn't do it right beforehand. I'd do it like an hour or so beforehand. And then if you do that, quite often the Bathmate makes you harder and last longer. So you've got to... I'd play around and experiment with that. But the Bathmate beforehand is a good way to desensitize yourself as well. The Fleshlight device is something I've spoken about many times on my X account. It's something that trains you if you do it every day, and you gradually increase the amount of time. Like the stimulus is very, very close to the real thing. If you do it every day and you gradually increase your time, so say 2 minutes, then 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, 3.5, keep going. Within a few weeks, you'll have massively improved your real life response and the amount of time it takes. Like, you're training your nervous system one step at a time. But probably the biggest one of all is something called duloxetine, and this is not natural. It's a drug that messes with your serotonin levels. It's not something I would advise you take on a regular basis at all. But it works, and it works. It's extremely powerful. It's so powerful it makes it difficult to climax. Like, you have to try. So for guys with premature ejac, it's an absolute godsend. It's a complete game changer. It can literally take you from 3 minutes to 20 minutes like that. It's amazing. But again, I suggest you take all the natural stuff very seriously first. The Fleshlight is probably the best thing for naturally training your subconscious and your nervous system to get better and better and better. And if you combine that with quitting PORN, I think that would be a very good idea. Because guys with you know what addictions tend to climax way too quickly. Like, it's a big thing. Quite a few studies have been done on it. Then you've got the size side of things, length and girth. You need a certain amount of both. The girth is what stretches out the nerve endings for her. The length is what hits if you have enough of it, will suddenly hit the most sensitive spots in the entire female anatomy. So you want ideally both, although girth, you can see more of an immediate improvement in your performance. So again, it's going to be things like jelqing, clamping, pumping. Clamping is not for beginners. Lots of sun, lots of recovery, lots of sleep, because you have to do the training, but you have to recover. If the recovery isn't on point, you can actually get smaller. Like, it's that serious. I know, because I've done that, talking from experience. If you sleep 4 hours and or you crash your testosterone levels, you can actually make, especially the girth, narrower. Like, it's really not a good idea. But yeah, in terms of training, I've got plenty of training programs linked below. I've got free guides linked below on the website, so definitely check them out. The website is not safe for work, so you click with caution. But yeah, it's free guides there. Plenty of guys in the Telegram group are reporting more gains now, which is very nice to see. So it's not just me. But yeah, check out the free guides linked below, and I think you'll find them potentially life-changing. And then if you combine the size with lasting longer and higher testosterone levels, just everything changes so much better.